This is San Diego News Daily.
Hello and welcome to San Diego News Daily. I'm Audra Stafford. A man is under arrest this morning after this crash in Escondido. Police say he killed a teenager while driving drunk. It happened around 10 o'clock last night. Police say two cars collided on Country Club Lane in North Broadway. The teenager was inside one of those cars along with a female passenger and the driver, who police say was intoxicated at the time of the crash. He was later arrested for felony child abuse and manslaughter. Both he and the female passenger sustained significant injuries but are expected to survive. No word on the condition of the other driver involved. Tomorrow, the San Diego Police Department's new chief will be confirmed during a special city council meeting. Assistant Police Chief Scott Wall was appointed last month by San Diego Mayor Todd Gloria. He is set to replace current Chief David Nislight, who retires in June. Dozens of Vietnam and Korean War veterans will be returning home today after an honor flight to our nation's capital. 90 U.S. Special Warfare operators, now known as Navy SEALs, made that trip. NBC 7 was there Friday as they took off from San Diego International Airport. While in Washington, D.C., they got a chance to visit the memorials that were built for their service and sacrifice. The free trip was organized by the nonprofit Honor Flight San Diego, which recognizes veterans that served during the Vietnam War, Korean War, or World War II. If you're driving in the Spring Valley area today, be prepared for some detours. Part of the freeway is shut down for repairs. This includes all lanes of northbound State Route 125. That's right at Hamishaw Road. So if you're headed north on the 125, you can exit at Hamishaw Boulevard before the closure, then take Sweetwater Road all the way back up toward the 125. The freeway is expected to open back up tomorrow morning. Well, this weekend, firefighters are keeping a close eye for any flare-ups from that fire on the Oceanside Pier. Emergency crews from across the county jumped in to help when that fire started Thursday, including the U.S. Coast Guard. NBC 7's Dana Williams got an up-close look at how the crew on the cutter Sea Otter was able to help save the pier.
The crew was on a routine patrol when they got that call that they had to help with the fire at the Oceanside Pier. That's when they came to this. This is one of two fire stations on deck. They're obviously prepared to fight fires, but none quite like this.
We called fire stations. I pulled out our flash gear, and we keep it all together. That way we can quickly hand it out to everyone that's on the fire team.
And in the case of Thursday, that was nearly everyone on board this Coast Guard cutter.
Every emergency that you find at sea is going to be different.
Master Chief Jay Gallazin has been doing this for 27 years.
The biggest thing the Coast Guard trains us to do is be flexible.
So when he says he's seen it all, he meant it, at least until a few days ago.
We left the pier on Thursday morning. There was no way we anticipated that we were going to be fighting a fire on such an iconic part of our community's shore.
They say from the time of the call to the end of their firefight, it all happened fast.
As I just saw this massive plume of smoke, and we looked at our camera and I zoomed in, and initially we thought it was just a building fire.
The crew was about 30 minutes away from the pier, but they already knew this would be serious.
We got closer, we were getting ready to engage fire, and there were flames shooting out from under the pier.
It looked like a very significant fire.
I was like, oh man, this thing has progressed pretty rapidly.
As we were preparing, you could see it as we were getting closer, it was bad.
They were met with a barrage of both heat from the fire and being wet and cold from the water and the wind.
When we would have to back out for our approaches and then go back in, that was really the sign of seeing our progress. And after a good amount of approaches and backing out, you could see the amount of smoke on the side that we were on currently. Like, you could see it go down for sure.
That was their first sign of progress.
These are the throttles. So I was basically just controlling them, doing different demands like this.
Before they even realized they had already been there for hours.
Like all things that we do, there's always going to be nerves no matter what scene we're going to pull up to, but that's why we train so hard.
That kind of mission is exactly what this boat was designed to be capable of doing.
And he isn't talking about fighting the pier fire, but something intangible.
The Coast Guard for a lot of us it's not just the military and it's not just a job, it's a calling.
A calling that helps save the vast majority of an Oceanside icon.
So I've been on that pier and I know what it means to the community, and it was just it was just satisfying to know that my crew had a part in helping save that structure.
Dina Williams, NBC 7.
Yeah, it really was quite an impressive effort all around. NBC 7 meteorologist Brooke Martell will have a look at your weather right after this.
Looking for NBC San Diego on Roku? The easiest way to find us is with Roku voice commands. Just press the microphone button on your remote and say Live TV, and then say NBC San Diego. If you don't have voice commands on your remote, just scroll down to Live TV, click the purple icon, go over to the left and navigate to News. Then head on down to NBC San Diego News. Once you got us, make sure you add us to your favorites, and we'll always be right there for you. NBC San Diego News on Roku.
Here's a look at your daytime highs on this Sunday. Mid to upper 60s out along the coastline, waiting on some of those clouds to mix out, especially over downtown. But we did get some earlier clearing for places like Del Mar and Oceanside. And over your inland valleys for today, we'll be right around the mid 70s, upper 60s for higher elevations like Julian. A little bit breezy there. Westerly winds up to about 20 miles per hour. Similar wind conditions for Borrego Springs, but really close to about 90 degrees for today. Here's a look at the extended forecast. We're staying fairly consistent out along the coastline through about midweek. And then by the end of the week, possibly crossing over into those low 70s for those max daytime highs. So a nice way to end the week. You can see for your inland valley communities as early as tomorrow, closer to those upper 70s, fluctuating a little bit by Wednesday and then bumping back up to near 80 degrees by Thursday. Looks like we could be there by Friday into Saturday. Here's a look at your mountain communities. We'll see that gradual warm up taking place as well through the next extended period. And you can see for the desert region also making a return to the 90s. I'll send it back over to you.
Thank you, Brooke. Well, you'll soon have another way to get from Las Vegas to San Diego. Alaska Airlines will start flying year-round from San Diego to Vegas beginning in October. The nonstop flights will go out 4 times daily. Alaska says this new schedule solidifies their title as the airline serving the most nonstop destinations from San Diego. Again, those flights to Vegas start October 1st. Well, there's much more coverage you can count on at NBC7.com, and you can always find us on your Roku or Samsung Smart TV app. Thanks so much for watching. I'm Audra Stafford.